ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the very tired and snowed-in princess. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm tired and I am snowed in. Well, yes, I am snowed in. I live in an area that has like a very narrow road that comes into it so that if you like, for example, get a lot of snow, there's nowhere to put it for a lot of the places. And unfortunately, from for a lot of people who lived here, they got stuck going to work today, and it was amusing for me to to sit and watch them struggle because shoveled a ridiculous amount of snow the last couple of days. How are you doing, my friend who had a snowblower?
Yeah, my aunt lives across the street from me, and I called her and I said, "Hey, when your kid comes home, can I get the snowblower from him?" She's like, "He's home." I'm like, "Perfect." And I went and got the snowblower and did my big. And and we're on a corner lot, so I got that big, long public sidewalk going like all the way across the longest part of my property, and then then
Mm.
like a third of the way into the other side, the other corner of my property. So did that, got my driveway clean for the most part. I still have little bits of work to do on some spots, like finish edges and stuff. But I got the bulk of the snow gone. I just have to do some steps in my yard, and I'm happy because I got the worst of the worst out of the way.
You sure did. I had
I
to do
know
it all by hand. My back is killing me.
that's why you need a snowblower
I need a snowblower for a single car driveway.
because then you wouldn't
Mother
have to
Nature
shovel.
could just not dump like 3 months of snow on us in 2 days. That would be nice.
Yeah, all this snow
But
we
I
should have
was
got.
hormonal.
All this snow we should have gotten in like December, January, and February, all hit in one night.
Which is like ridiculous.
Oh
Ridiculous.
man,
Unnecessary.
but dude, and like they're saying like, oh, we were unprepared for this. I'm like, you knew this storm was coming for a week, city of Edmonton and town of where I live. What the shit?
Town of where I live. I love it.
Right, that's the town of where I live. If you know where I live, well, that scares me a little.
The name of your town is a little not cool anyway. So,
Yeah,
yeah, no, nothing was prepared today. I think there's still one car stuck in the snow out in my alleyway, and I hope it's gone by tomorrow morning because I want to go to the gym.
and I heard it's like 3 to 4 day wait times for tow trucks right now. They're that
That
backed
wouldn't
up.
surprise me.
So yeah, and like people that need boosts and uh, unlocks, they're kind of screwed because the tow outs are taking priority for people stuck in places. So yeah, it's just
Hmm.
insane. I was looking online. There's like auto body shops that have service trucks are doing are charging for boosts now, like $50 for a boost, which is
Nice.
good business for them. Don't get me wrong.
It is. Can't lie. People gonna
Yeah,
capitalize. Anyway,
the
let's
weather
talk about
woes.
this amazing stuff.
Yeah, the weather woes are our problem. You're here to
Mhm.
listen to us talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
One,
Wrestling, 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 wrestling.
and on this show specifically, Stardom Wrestling.
Stardom, 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 stardom.
So we're gonna get into it. Before I do that, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here on Andre and Mello Wrestling Talk, or on Backbreaker Video, or on Sunday Night's Main Event. We really do appreciate you joining us on whichever platform you are listening to us on. If you're watching us on Backbreaker Video or Andre and Mello Wrestling Talk, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, share us out to your friends, family, and friends, and all the other people in the world, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video. Oh.
Ding dong.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, my words aren't getting out right now. And then if you're listening to us on Sunday's Minute, please like us if you can on whatever platform you are on, and please give us a 5-star review. Even if you hate me and Melball, just give us a 5-star review, and you can talk shit about us in the comments. We don't care. Just give us 5 stars. That's all we want. That's all. It's what we ask for. And if you give us good reviews, thank you very much. As Melball like frowns and is all sad.
Sad Melba. Melba's sad. No, I'm pretty chill right now, actually. I just had some tea, ready to talk some Rassie.
Some tea with a couple other letters, eh? Yeah, yeah.
No, I had tea.
Oh, okay, actual tea. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was special honey, but yeah, it was tea.
Okay, special honey. Uh, tea with the HC in it, you know?
Sure.
We're good. We're talking Stardom and Korakuen on February 17th.
Mhm.
We're kicking off tag team match Queen's Quest, Azumi and Lady C taking on Oedo Tides, Ruaka and Starlight Kid. Again, this was just actually the same day as the Fantastica Mania show that Ruaka and Starlight Kid worked. So this must have been earlier in the day, or Fantastica Mania. One of the shows one of these must have been ran early in the day, while the other one ran later in the day. Because yeah,
I did watch that Fantastica Mania show, and I believe it was mentioned on commentary that they had wrestled it earlier in the night.
well, there you go. So again, early showtime on this show because with the Fantastica Mania same day and Starlight Kid and Ruaka doing double duty. Impressed.
Mhm,
Oh, that's why we
mhm.
didn't see them during the main event on the outside. Haha, makes sense.
There you go. Sure. Yeah.
That makes sense. So they were probably heading over to the New Japan show. Again,
Yeah, yeah.
Lady C and Izumi with their matching flashing cat ears on their way to the ring.
So cute.
I really liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah, great high speed style up the top with Izumi and Starlight Kid. Lots of roll ups and roll arounds, and then they both do the kip up and like stand across the ring from each other to finish. Just great little sequence. Um, Ruaka with a nice senton for two on Izumi and she gets a crossface, but Izumi gets the ropes. She comes back. Izumi comes back with the La Mystica facebuster, and to Ruaka. So the kid's in, hits a 619. Lady C or to Lady C, and then hits a standing moonsault for two into the stretch muffler, but Lady C gets the ropes. Um, Lady C catches Starlight Kid diving and slams her in the corner, hits the big boot and the lariat for two. We had a tight double team and hit the assisted suplex by Ruaka. And Starlight Kid gets the fisherman suplex and then a bridging fisherman for two. Starlight Kid misses the frog splash. Azumi gets the diving knees off the shoulders of Lady C, and Lady C gets two. Lady C hits the big boot, but gets attacked by Ruaka. Starlight Kid hits the head scissors into the stretch muffler head scissor combo, and Lady C is forced to tap out. I'm I,
Mhm.
I'm getting more and more disappointed that Lady C is getting beat so much.
Yeah, same. But given that Starlight Kid and Ruaka were working another show later that night, it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense again to continue that build for them to look strong going into that tag match against Luvia, and I am forgetting what the other girl's name
La
is right now.
La Jasorita. La Jasorita, I think something like that.
Cool, cool. Between the two of us, we knew the names. That's good. Um,
Again, that was a guess at how you pronounce it, but
I'm surprised I got Luvia. Um,
mm,
Lady C did tremendous this match, the whole match until that last little bit, and I don't know if it was just anything more than she didn't know which way she was going, but her Karana looked a little iffy. Looked like
mm,
Starlight Kid kind of gave her a little bit of shit before putting her into that stretch muffler. But that stretch muffler is so good. I love her variation, especially when she gets them tied up and rolls over
with the
on
head
the
scissors on. Yeah.
mhm. It was so good. So
Mm,
good. Really great opener. I really do like that when Lady C is in the ring, she's performing and doing so, so well. I do echo your sentiment though that I would like to see her winning a little bit more. Just because of how good she does do and her speed. She's getting quicker.
mhm.
We watched her kind of come in and she's always had a really good speed to performance ratio. Now we're starting to see her pick up that pace quite a bit for someone who's so tall. she's doing it very, very well and keeping up with Azumi quite a bit. I really, really am
Mm.
impressed with her.
Yeah, again, she always looks good. It's just she's kind of in that weird position where she's out of being like the new girl, but still not into that main event mix. Where when
Mhm,
she's on certain teams, she's gonna take losses, and it
mhm.
sucks. Waka's kind
It
of
does.
in that. Waka's in that position too, where she's kind of in between, and that's where a few
Mhm.
people are, and it kind of sucks. But it's what happens.
Yeah, as we always say, there's always got to be someone who does take those pinfalls,
Hmm.
and it makes sense to not have the captains of the team taking those falls because they're the captains. They're supposed to be the strongest members of the faction. You also
Hmm.
can't have the champions taking pinfalls unless you're trying to set up a challenge or a story. So it does make sense that we're going to have these people on here. And honestly, I think usually with this one, isn't it usually Hina who's on Queen's Quest? I believe she might be back in school
He
just based on her absence.
Hina, Yuzuki, or
Waka.
not yeah, Yuzuki, Waka, Miyu, Amasaki, all those kind of people are the ones that are
Kurawa.
like Kurawa. Again, they're the pinfall takers now. And you hope that when Lady C gets into certain matches, she won't be taking the pinfalls, but
Mhm,
it happens.
mhm. Unfortunately, yes, it does.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to a singles contest. It's
Oof.
Suzuki versus Ranna Yamagi. Good wrestling early on. Each trying to get an advantage, and they're dodging kicks of each other. Suzu gets that back elbow in the corner, and the running knee to the face. Just rough looking. Ranna
Mhm,
fires up with strikes, but then Suzu just drops her with one. Ranna hits 3 drop kicks, but Suzu drops her with one. Um, Suzu gets a scoop slam into a Boston Crab, but Ranna fights the ropes. Ranna dodging strikes, pulls the armbar, but Suzu like really just gets up and out of it pretty much. It was like okay,
mhm,
interesting. Suzu gets a PK and then gets her in the ropes and hits the drive by kick from the floor. Um, Ranna tries to fight back, but is backed into the corner. Suzu gets a hard forearm. Ranna dodges a lariat in the corner though and hits a kick and slam for two. She applies the cross arm bar, and Suzu has to fight. This time has to fight and get to the ropes. She can't break it out of it this time. Suzu comes back, hits a super kick, running knee to the face, gets a 2 count, then applies this pretzel-like submission. My copy did not have any of the finishes listed, the names of the finishes listed, so I didn't write it down.
mhm.
And Rana is forced to tap out into this like pretzel-like submission.
Yeah, yeah, because she had her in what is that? Triangle lock? The
Well,
where
she
the arm is in that triangular shape behind the back?
yeah, it was like a hammerlock guillotine with the legs tied up. It's
Yeah, and then just rolling her back just really reefed on that. She had because her feet were also kind of like in that figure four kind of
mm,
position once she rolled her back, and she still had her in that what did you say was a hammerlock? She still had her in
yes.
the hammerlock when she rolled her back with the feet still also locked. Like, I can't yeah, I don't even know. I was sitting here hoping you would know what that was. It was crazy.
I've gotten the name before from other ones, but just the copy I was watching because I didn't watch it online. I watched it through other means, but we pay for it. I just didn't see what the name of it was.
No, no problem, no problem. Um, yeah, and I definitely felt that this was a very much a schooling match. We've kind of been seeing this with Suzu a little bit because we've seen her face
Mhm.
Yuzuki already. I don't think we've seen her face Gurara yet. Have we seen her face
No,
Hanako yet either? I don't think so. So this is like her second kind of rookie fight. And Suzu really did school Rana for the first little bit of this. I really do like that. What is that kick, drive-by kick that she does? Like that Roman Reigns one where she goes to the back corner of the auditorium, takes a running kick at her.
the drive-by drop kick. That's all I really call it.
Yeah, yeah. I really enjoy those. I like that that has become a thing for Suzu because
Mm.
she can she can really intensify or, like, ham up that move, which I really, really like.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, as you mentioned, Rana would fire up, and Suzuki would put her down, and Rana would fire up, and Suzuki would put her down. Again, I this was just a schooling. As good as Rana is, like, she had some pretty good strikes on Suzu, just I think there was a bit of a size advantage here for Suzu. Um, they're pretty evenly heighted, but Suzu is thicker.
Hmm.
Um, Rana's a little bit more lean. So, oof, yeah, there were some certain parts of this match where, like, when Suzu would nail Rana, I would actually cringe a little bit.
Hmm.
It's like, "Oh, that was that necessary?" That might have
Hmm.
been you could have maybe taken that down to 75%. That didn't need to be 100 kinda deal, but she's gonna learn. That's how Rana's gonna learn, and with that karate background, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's already got a really good hard learning kind of background. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this match. And I hope that Suzu continues this trend a little bit. I would like to see her get in there with Hanako, and I'd also like to see her get in there with Kurara. She might beat the crap out of Kurara, though.
I'd be okay with that though.
Again, I mean, that's how the rest of the girls are really going to hit her too, right?
Hmm.
It's a good learning experience from
Yeah,
someone who will probably take you for a drink after.
and it's usually just kind of showing dominance, and then she'll move up, beats them, and then she's beating other people in multi-fan tags and everything. So it's not like she's
Mhm,
just beating young
mhm.
people. She's still
No,
going
no,
against other people. Just she's doing these
100%,
singles
yeah.
of the young girls to feature and gets these girls featured, but they get their ass
Mhm,
beat at the same time. So
mhm, mhm.
yeah,
It's almost like, what's the word? Initiation.
yeah, pretty much. Another
Mhm,
kind of initiation match. It's a May Sarah versus Waka Tsukiyama.
mhm.
This was more of I wouldn't call it a comedy match, but I call it a wrestling comedy match because there was a lot of good wrestling, but there were some stupid parts to it with what May
Yeah.
was doing. Um, yeah, Waka's working really hard early to wrestle with Miss Meme, uh, and she catches the arm, but May Sarah gets right to the ropes. Waka misses a hip attack in the ropes, and this is where she gets kicked in the ass repeatedly. And this is where the goofy shit from May started.
Mhm.
May goes into high speed mode here, doing the strikes, the kicks, the running, and running strikes and everything. May gets Waka upside down in the ropes and kicks her in the ass a few more times, and then gets a 2 count. Then she hits the atomic drop to the butt. She stomps the butt, then gets a slam for two. So she's really working over the butt in this match. This is
It
really,
was very Taguchi-ish for me, yeah.
yeah. They play leapfrog, literally play leapfrog in the ring.
Yeah.
Um, and then May kicks Waka in the ass again. Waka reverses suplex into the Waka rod, and May gets to the ropes. So Waka rolls her through, hits a kick. She follows with the hit. Finally gets a hip attack to the head, and she gets a two. May rolls her up on the straight jacket slam attempt, and she hits a beautiful looking head on her. Way better than Yoshihashi. Waka dot. Oh, it is. It looks. He's the loose explosion. Remember? Then yeah, he's always loose with everything. Hers looks so tight and good. Well, that's what he is. The loose explosion, isn't it?
Loosey-goosey, I guess.
Yeah, he's a
Sure,
loose. Yeah.
sure.
Oh, just hers looks. It's a lot faster and like more snappier than
That's
his is.
true.
Yeah, that's why I just say I like her version better. Um,
Mhm.
Waka dodges out of the corner, and she gets the hip attack in the corner, then hits a diving drop kick off the top for two. She gets a straight jacket slam for two. Waka May then trade roll ups. May then gets that snap sunset flip for the win, and then kicks Waka in the bum a couple more times. Again,
Yeah.
good match. I think Waka did well, but it was played for goofiness in this match.
It was the comedy match in here, I think, before we started getting into the more serious parts
Hmm.
of the show. The semi-main was also a little it wasn't goofy, but it was like it wasn't as serious for me, it was just a good time. But, like, this was the comedy match before we got into the more serious part of the show.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it was really silly, though, but I did enjoy it. It was almost like Waka was Taguchi and, like, Mei was Yano, but it was funny and fun, and it made sense, and it wasn't Yano yelling at things and spraying his spray stuff all over the place.
Mhm.
Um, I really, really do enjoy the Waka ride.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is about the move, but, like, it's very simple, but just the way she does it, it's really, really entertaining for me to watch. You know, I like those simple but effective kind of
Mhm.
moves. I don't know how effective the Waka ride is, but, like, it seems to get the job done anyway.
It really does.
Mhm. I also liked how Waka was wearing her pink gear, but
Mhm.
I really like her Twilight, like her Moonlight Fantasy
Mhm.
gear better. But I
Yeah.
do like the step up of the pink gear. The red gear, I don't know what it is. It's just something about the color combination that I feel doesn't work for her. Whereas the pink combination of it works a little bit better. I think it's like just the different dingly dangly bits that they have
Mhm.
hanging off of it. But yeah.
Again, in the background of the podcast, I build all our graphics for the thumbnails, and every time, and I literally hate her own Waka's only graphics that to pull off the like where they have the portrait photos on the Stardom site
Mhm.
were all in the red gear. So I had to go looking and find just a random picture, a good picture with good lighting and everything of her in the white
Mm.
gear or in another set of gear because I hate the red gear. It's just, I just no, just
It's
no,
something about the color combination for me, it doesn't seem to fit her properly. And
no.
it's like it really drives home how important color combination and like color matching to like skin tone, hair tone, eye color, hair color, blah blah blah. All that stuff is very important.
Mhm.
Very trendy right now too.
Yeah. Again, and you're seeing a lot of the Mina was wearing her old gear tonight, but she just
Mhm,
debuted her new gear on the 23rd. I guess this because the show was previous to that, but she just debuted new gear on the 23rd, which we'll be talking about
mhm.
tomorrow. And yeah, I'm loving the update series. So many other girls and Hanan, Iida. We'll talk about Iida's new gear and her new jacket. I've got some
I was gonna
positive
say,
things.
simmer down, sir, simmer down.
I love her new jacket. We'll talk about that when we get to her match. But yeah, again, just again, everybody learns, everybody figures out a new gear every now and again. Some don't work, some
Mhm.
work, some you see for a little bit and they go away.
Yeah.
Mm. We move on. It's a 6-woman tag match. It is Queen's Quest, Miyu Amasaki, Saya Kamitani, and Utami Hayashishita taking on Oedo Test, Fukigen Death, Momo Watanabe, and Rina. Queen's Quest attacks before the bell, which was a surprising point. Triple team, but then I think they triple team Rina here. Rina does get the
Mhm.
upper hand, then Oedo Tai comes in or a way to tie then starts tagging in and out, beating up on Miyu. Fukigen pulling on her nose, like grabbing her nose and doing that to mess with her nose.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Miyu stops the death, Fukigen death garbage, um, and hits a cartwheel back elbow to Fuki and tags out. Saya fights off a double team from Momo and Rina, but Fuki then comes and pokes her in the eyes and then rolls her up for 2. Utami and Momo going back and forth, dodging each other's moves. Utami gets the sliding lariat for 2. Momo comes back with kicks and a drop kick. Rina with a judo throws and judo sweeps to Miyu. Ueda Tai triple team, and then the triple team Miyu. Rina gets the Northern Lights for 2. They get into a striking battle. Rina gets the head scissor armbar combo, but Miyu gets to the ropes. Great sequence of pins and reversals. Rina gets an inverted suplex for 2. Rina gets stopped up top. Miyu tosses her off the top and then hits the pendulum DDT. Queen's Quest triple drop kick Rina, and Miyu hits her new hammerlock DDT, which I'm really liking. But the pin gets broken up. Utami and man, my words don't work. Utami and Saya Kamitani take out Oedo Tai. They're the other members of Oedo Tai, and Miyu reverses the Pink Devil into a sit-out pedigree, then hits another sit-out pedigree for the win. Again, great match. Miyu got a pinfall on the future champion, so that means she's going to get a shot at this title. In my opinion, it's what it should mean.
It's certainly what was insinuated in their exchange after the match. This actually works out very nicely. You actually got like pretty much everything that I had written down. The only thing that I wrote down was after the pendulum or for the pendulum DDT, right before they did that triple drop kick, I felt that Rina might not have known which DDT she was going into. She seemed to have rotated a little funny, and to me, it looked like she came right down, right on her face, like right on her nose, and she looked a little out of sorts getting set up into the triple drop kick. Otherwise, very, very solid match. Fukigen Death's makeup didn't move around on this one, so got the good makeup on for this show. Yeah, I don't have a ton to add to otherwise. It was a very solid tag team match, and I'm very excited to see what Miyu and Rina here come up with for future of Stardom championship match.
Yeah. Again, I look forward to seeing that. I really do. And hopefully we're going to see more like future defenses on main shows and not just on New Blood shows. Because again, we have a New Blood tag title match on this show, on like a non-New Blood show. So let's go. Let's see some more. I really would like to see it. So let's move on. We're going to talk the 8-woman tag match. It stars Hazuki, Mayu Iwatani, Yuzuki, and the returning Koguma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaguma.
Bear pose, baby. Taking on God's Eyes, Amisore, Mirai, Saki Kashima, and Syuri. Like Saki's new gear is great, but it still pales in comparison to legitimately everybody else in her group. Like,
including Ranna.
That's what I'm saying. Even Ranna, the new girl, still has better gear than Saki. Saki's is nice. Don't get me wrong. I like the gear. It's just so much more basic than everybody else's.
I agree. And correct me if I'm wrong. Is Syuri's gear new?
She's had it for about. Match? No,
I feel like it's different from her silver gear. It's not the silver gear that's in this picture. I felt like it was different. Had some more tassels and little lacy bits on it.
I didn't notice myself, but yeah. I thought it was just a regular silver gear.
I thought it was anyway. I'll have to check into it.
It might be. She might have, and again, they can always add stuff to stuff as it goes, too, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so Koguma is back. Saki ends up posing with Koguma at the start, doing the together. And
ears.
The barriers. And then Saki hits her with the Kishikase, but it gets broken up. Stars quadruple dropkick Saki. Koguma gets 2. Saki gets a head scissors and stomps on Koguma, then just like tags out and slides out immediately. She's like, no, I'm done with this. New Eras get the speed chops to Koguma. They drop her, and then Ami gets 2. Mirai and Koguma trading shots. Mayu comes in, gets the double arm drag to Mirai and Ami, and then the double drop kick to Saki and Syuri. And then Stars get the quad face wash and running boot in the ropes. Hazuki with a tornado DDT to Ami for 2 into the crossface, but Ami gets the foot on the ropes. Great shotgun dropkick by Syuri, and then the DDT suplex to Hazuki for 2 when she got in the match. Syuri fights off the double team from Koguma and Hazuki, but Hazuki then, as she's dealing with Koguma, Hazuki goes to the top, and she hits the top rope dropkick and then the suplex for 2. Yuzuki's in, throwing everything at Syuri, but is having like almost no effect. Ami and Saki come in and attack as Syuri gets the PK to the back for 2. She applies the rear naked choke, but it's broken up. Stars hit that wheelbarrow lung blower face buster move that they do. Love that move, and I love it when Hazuki's in the match because she does the lung blower with it, so it just makes it that much more brutal. To Syuri, and Yuzuki gets a 2 count on Syuri. Syuri fights off the offense of Yuzuki, but Yuzuki gets a crucifix pin for 2. Syuri then gets a snapmare, harsh PK to the back, then more PKs, gets a harsh PK to the back for 2, then a couple more PKs, gets the rear naked choke, gets her down to the mat, gets the hooks in, and Yuzuki passes out. I'll give it to Yuzuki. Tough little girl, not wanting to tap out, but depleting your brain of oxygen is not a good thing. Tap out. If you're hooked in, tap out. And most MMA fighters will say it nowadays. The old days of MMA fighting, these guys wouldn't tap out and would go out cold. Now they're like, as soon as they know they're caught, they tap before they're getting choked out or getting their arms broken, because it's like it's not worth the extra issues. Don't do that.
Yeah, especially against someone like Syuri. I mean, Syuri is very, very well educated and well versed in ways of getting people to tap out, pass out, pin out, out, all the outs. All the outs. Um, I don't know what it was that Stars was trying to do for the little pose that they were doing when they were coming in and getting their introductions, but it ended up being this just like awkwardly embarrassing, hilarious little moment where like I think it was Yuzuki and Hazuki both got dropped when they were like trying to hold hands. I think they were all trying to hold hands and like balance all together and have this like cute little pose, like maybe it looked like a sun or something. I don't know. But it ended up just being this hilarious mess. Um, the only thing I have to add in the match is there was one point where Hazuki was going for, I want to say, a code breaker on Amisori, and Ami reversed it by just driving Hazuki down to the ground. I thought it looked really, really good. The machine gun shots from Ami and Mirai also really, really good. I love seeing those from them. I wish I knew what was being said. I did watch this on the Stardom world.com appy thingy. They usually have subtitles and they do for the promos afterwards, but when they're yelling stuff randomly in the match, sometimes they don't. And I wish I knew what she was saying because the whole crowd laughed and Mirai laughed. I'm like, damn it, that was probably pretty funny.
Then you just
Also
laugh.
start
Just laugh.
Yeah, I'm just that stupid white girl in the crowd going, "Ha! What's going on?" Um, Also just wanna make a random complaint. Um, it's a little confusing for me when Hazuki and Yuzuki are both in the same fracking match because the amount of times that I end up writing the wrong name,
Well,
it's embarrassing.
let's hope Suzuki doesn't join Stars.
Good lord.
You can have
No.
Yuzuki,
Please,
Hazuki, and
no.
Suzuki all in one team.
You can call them the Uzukis.
Yeah, the
Team Uzuki.
Ozukis, and then
Part
they
of the requirements of being in the group is you have to have Uzuki at the end of your name.
can be managed by Minoru Suzuki.
I mean, he is a free agent now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a freelancer. He's been a freelancer for a couple of years now. He just mainly worked in New Japan in that last year because he was still doing stuff there. But he's been a
I
freelancer
think
for.
he's gone from NJPW now, though.
Yeah, we haven't seen him all year, but like he was still freelancing then, but he was still working with them. But now he's pretty much done. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you a thing. It sounded pretty parting waysy. Anyway,
oh
back to
oh,
this
make,
matchy.
make sure you
Um,
tune in on Friday on our Japanese
yeah.
Wrestling update on OLE. I got some stuff about Okada saying some shit. So
Oh, which
yeah,
one?
uh, just came out him saying some shit about New Japan. So
Which Okada?
Oh, no. Katsuhiko Okada. Not that
Oh,
Taro douchebag. No.
not the backyard again, the good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a nice little return match for Kuguma. I mean, she was on the losing team end, but she didn't take the pin. That's all that matters.
Mm, yeah.
Mm,
Again, good match.
yeah.
Again, everybody looking strong. God's Eye seems to be building something up here. Again, the team's
Mhm.
getting a lot of wins lately.
I have been, yeah, very, very dominant. And Sori is it's also what I really like to see about Sori is despite being the captain of the team, she was the one in there taking the bumps. She was the one in there taking those falls. And she's not afraid to because I think she knows how freaking strong and badass she is. She's just gonna come back with a few PKs, tie you up in something, and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the work and the work ethic that I have been seeing from Suri since dropping that world title. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like dropping that world title has been the best thing that ever happened to her.
Her character has been able to grow a lot more.
Yeah.
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 So we move on.
Ha.
Third to final match on the show. It's the New Blood Tag Team Title match. It is Wingori, Hanan, and Saya Iida defending their titles against Chanyota, Chanyota, and Mai Sakurai. I know I've seen them in writing being referred to as Chanmai, so that's what I'm going with this.
Oh, okay.
Um, before we get into the match, let's talk about Saya Iida's jacket. I love her jacket. It's a dragon jacket. Let's go.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. Yeah. I mean, like, she's been going through that evolution right now where her hair color is not that bright green anymore, but it's still got the tips that
Mhm,
are a little green. I really like the how it goes from the transition to the chocolate brown into that green. Her new pants. At first, I was like, "What are these?" But they give me like very futuristic Mad Max kind of vibes, which I kind of love. But then on top of that, she's the same powerhouse that we know and love.
mhm,
And she's just, I mean, her and Hanan earned these belts when they first got them. I've been so excited to see them carrying them on the shows.
mhm. And again,
Mm.
like Edith gear, I love that she kept the suspenders look from her old gear into new
Yes.
gear. Again, respect. I'm a suspenders guy, so respect that. Uh, and we'll get into it. Hanan gets the advantage early on Chanyota. Uh, then Wingori double team her, and Iida gets a 2 count. Iida hits the double chop to the back for another 2. That one was rough.
I was loud.
Yeah, Hanan gets a body attack in the ropes and then drop kick for 2. Again, it's really good back and forth. Like Chanyota does a really good time, really good fighting off and hits his great double lariat. Wingori.
Mhm.
And Mai comes in with a double drop kick, and Chan gets 2. Again, I'm not going to go through I literally have almost everything in this match written down. Iida taking out both Chan and Mai gets the speed chops to Chan in the corner, while Mai's behind her. And hits the double shoulder block off the second. And then Hanan tags in and hits running back elbows and gets a 2 count on Mai. Uh, Hanan getting a really nice follow away slam. Iida gets the elbows and the elbows and the jumping elbow drop for 2. Trading strikes at center. Mai comes back with that flying kick that she does. Um,
Mhm.
Chan and Mai double teaming Iida. Chan gets the suplex. Wingori then hit a sandwich back elbows to Chanyota. Uh, Iida and Chanyota trading strikes. And Iida's while Chanyota is like much taller than Iida, they're trading the power strikes together in this match. And it was
Mhm.
great, man, the way they were going back and
Mhm.
forth. They trade strikes, but Chanyota drops her, hits the air raid crash for 2, then hits a sliding lariat for 2. Chanyota gets the abdominal stretch, but turns it into the Shingo Takagi ground cobra. I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
I liked it. Well, and then Mai got a an abdominal stretch on Hanan at the same time. Again, Chan's getting the delayed suplex for 2, but Ida's kicking out at 2.9. She kicks out at another delayed suplex and hard lariat. The end of the match come. Hanan hands a German to Chanyota and to Mai. and then they hit that Shoto like leg drop combo where they get them up like Shoto, but then Mai comes over or Hanan comes over doing the leg drop, final cut
Mm-hmm.
style. Uh, and then Hanan puts Chanyota up on the top. Iida spins her around, pulls her off with the spin out. Like she has her in the
Yeah.
muscle position, and then spins her forward and drives her into the ground like a spinning muscle buster driver. I don't know. It looked great. Like
I did.
it really did. And Iida picks up the win. Again, really good match. Chanyota throughout
Mm-hmm.
looking really powerful. Mai using her
Mm-hmm.
like speed and everything throughout. Again, really, I was just really impressed with the power back and forth with Iida and Chanyota throughout the match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Um, I've mentioned it before when we've seen Chanyota, and I've seen it again during this match. I feel like her clothing has some kind of thermal something in it. It just was changing colors throughout the match. Like it started off more like how this picture was. I don't know if you noticed by the end of it, what was purple in this picture was almost pink.
Yep,
So like
I
I
agree
don't
with
know
that.
if there's some like I have some a dress that changes color in the sun, but like that's not the same thing. That's a solar thing. They're
Mm,
not outside, they're inside. So I don't know, but it's really, really cool to watch it. I don't know, maybe if it's a light reflection thing too. I don't know. But I like how it's almost like a chameleon-esque kind of feel. It adds something cool and extra to her costume. Um, I I found it very cool. I thought that Mai and Chanyota actually look very similar. Like Chanyota looks like a dark-haired version of Mai, and Mai looks like a light-haired version of Chanyota. I
yeah.
thought it was really neat anyway.
Mhm.
Um, something that I'd mentioned before about Hanan's gear, this particular gear, I wasn't a big fan of. I felt it was a little blendy with her. Like it kind
Who?
of Hanan.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like it matched her skin tone, I think, too much. Ida
Mm,
and her are both tan as hell for this match, and the tan makes the outfit on Hanan stand out really, really good. So my opinion on it has changed. I actually really like it now.
mm,
But with the tan needs to stay.
mm.
Um, I really like, I've really grown to like my Sakurai's Paradise Lock with the Captain Morgan pose.
The Captain
It just
Morgan
is
like
so, yeah,
I love it.
I really like it. I think it's cute. And I like it even better when she gets to sit down and do her little pose.
She vogues.
Yeah, her little Vogue pose.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny. It adds to her character because she is so good. I remember when I first started watching Stardom, I think she was just like, she was still figuring out what faction she wanted to be on. And now look at her. She doesn't need one. She's really good enough on her own.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, did you notice the goose egg
Oh,
on
I'm gonna talk about that because I have the
yeah.
speech here after the match. So, need to get some mics. Just Chanyota Sakurai, you finally made it to the title match. You're tougher than I imagined. Your muscles don't betray you, and she's referring to Chanyota at this point. Been working your brains out, and she said, I'm gonna train my head some more." And then she points at this like goose egg, almost like I don't know if it's a hematoma or what, but Chanyota got her in like Uemura's deadlock, but she just went bang with a headlock or with a headbutt. I was just like, oh
Yeah, it was a connection there. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, maybe don't do that next
no,
time.
no. And it's just and then Hanan gets the mic. She says, Sakurai, you're really good today. You've been through a lot since your unit broke up, but I like it when you aren't the super noble lady. It was fun. Let's do this again. Thank you. And like Mai's almost crying at this point. Um,
Mhm.
and again, and I gotta say this about Stardom, man. When the girls are lose, they're so emotional on the loss, and then when the winners just are looking like I did it, and like it's more of like I exasperated. I did it, where the loser just looks like so broken up inside, and you're
Mhm, mhm,
starting to see it in North American wrestling now. Um,
mhm,
yeah, remember watching the Rumble and some of the people on the outside just looking defeated after the match. Again, you're starting to see it in North American wrestling. Yeah,
mhm, mhm.
just
Well, it helps play the story a bit more, right?
yeah, like just Mai's emotion here, her almost crying here, just sells what she says. She says, "Hey, don't say things that make me cry. It's been a while since I left the lady behind and just fought as Mai Sakurai. It was fun. Let's fight again someday. When that day comes, surely I will beat you." And then they get the Hanan gets the mic back. We will defend these belts. We defended these belts for the second time today, and Winguri will continue to make New Blood exciting. And again, it was again just a great little finish.
Mhm, mhm. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, again, it sets up some, and it show it's creating character growth for Hana or for Mai here, saying
Mhm,
it's kind of like she might still kind of be the lady, but it's this many times where she ain't going to be the lady anymore. And again, maybe it's a growth of her moving out of that character into a new version of her. We don't know.
mhm, mhm. We shall see.
We shall see. We move on to the main event of the evening. It is an 8-woman tag match. It's Cosmic Angels, Sayori Anou, Tam Nakano, Yuna Mizumori, and The Apprentice, Sayaka Kurura, or Kurara, Kurara, Kurara,
Kurara.
Kurara,
Kurara.
Kurara, Kurara.
Kurara.
Taking on Empress, Nexus, Venus, Hanako, Micah, Mina Shirakawa, and Xena. Um, Mina Remember how last show said we were disappointed that she didn't do a dance to Micah's music? Well,
Yeah.
she came out, did a headbang, and like did it like a little bit of like a kind of half version of her Club Venus dance, but she did the
Yeah.
headbang the first one. I was like, yes, let's go. It's what I wanted.
Well, Micah's music is like
Hard rock.
it yeah, like, it has, like, kind of like a little softer kinda intro, but, like, it's a hard rock song, so you gotta get that hair going. I loved it. It was nice to
Yeah.
see.
I really did. Hanako gets Kurara down early and stomps her. Mike is slamming Kurara around. She does this cocky pin for two. I'm like, ooh, Mike is feeling full of herself today. Xena
Mhm.
gets the chops on Kurara and hits the suplex for two.
So mean, those chops. Those were like Kenta Kobashi chops. Every single
Yeah.
one was just boom, boom, boom. Oh, nasty.
Yeah, she knows how to connect. Akira does
Mhm.
fight back and gets a wheelbarrow bulldog and then a drop kick for to Xena. Anu's in, and her and Yuna double team Xena. Xena fights off the double team with the bulldog and lariat combo. Mina comes in to take Anu out, and hits like she's fighting in her into the corner. Hits that out of the corner kick that she does. Anu fights back. Hits a fisherman suplex for two. Um, Tam hits a high cross off the top to Mina and hits a running knee in the ropes. Gets a 2 count. Mina and Tam trade strikes at center. Tam unloads. Then they trade hard shots again. Yuna tries to interfere, but Mina does that flip over Yuna into a splash onto Tam. Like looked
Mhm.
really good. And she gets a 2 count there. Mina reverses the Tiger suplex into a backdrop driver for two. Micah's in, gets a delayed suplex on Tam for two. Micah misses the lariat. Tam rolls her through into a drop kick. Kurata. Kurara gets the rear naked choke on Micah, but Micah slams her into the corner to break it. Kurara gets the springboard arm drag and strikes, but Micah hits the slam and a rear naked choke, but Cosmic Angels break it up. So Xena and Micah have another new double team move that I'm going to show you. It's muted. We're not
Yes.
anything, but instead of me trying to explain the move, I'm just going to show you for everybody watching. I know the audio, I meant to explain it, but
We
just brutal. So, for those of you that are listening to us in audio form, they each pick up Kurara. It was Kurara, right? Yes, they have Kurara, both in a stretch muffler facing each other with each leg.
Mhm.
And then they start swinging her in between her, swing her up all the way around, and then slam her down in like going face, like slamming down face first into the mat. It
Mhm.
looked awesome.
So good. So powerful. And just so effortless too. Kurara just went through and the scream. The scream was what made it when she started
Yes.
just squealing at the very top as she was coming down. It just
Yeah.
everything fed into it so perfectly.
Yeah. It was like it stretch muffler swung up into like a flapjack almost, is what it was.
Yeah.
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 It was just I'm gonna for anybody go on my social medias, that Canada guy on Twitter. I'm gonna post this up there. I'm gonna post it and just if you want to see it, go check it out if you haven't watched the show because I'll have it posted on my Twitter when this comes out. Holy crap, was that move just awesome?
I think I actually posted it on mine when I sent it to you.
Oh, I just captured this off some videos. So
I
yeah,
sent it to you on the X thing.
I don't check my messages on the X thing. I'm bad at that.
No kidding.
Yeah, so they do that move, but Tam breaks up the pin. Tam hits a high cross to all of Empress Nexus Venus on the floor. Then back, and then they send Micah back in. Otto and Yuna attack Micah. Then Kurara gets the jackknife pin for 2. Kurara hits a spear. Then everyone's in and out attacking each other. Big moves, double team moves. Just so much chaos. Course chaos here. Wasn't writing it. I was just it was just too much to go. Micah hits the hard lariat to Kurara for 2. Then she don't get 2. So then she hits that running discus lariat, and Micah gets the win on Kurara. Then after the
Mhm.
match, they're all in the ring, and then as Cosmic Angels is about to leave, Mina gets in Tam's face, and then she looks at Anu and does the belt motion around her waist at Anu, and then shows a shot of Anu just smirking at her. So please let this lead to Mina challenging for that challenging and getting her Wonder title back. Please.
Yes, we need this. We need this for Mina. She
Mm,
has been cantered around enough in this company. She's put in the work. She's put
mm-hmm.
on tremendous matches. Every time she gets into the ring, the crowd loves her. They love her. I'm like, look at her. She is stunning. She's beautiful. She's marketable. She could take that Wonder of Stardom championship around because she can speak the English a little bit. So I think it would be intelligent for them to put that title on her for sure.
I
Um,
also wouldn't mind Mina being the one to beat Giulia for the strong title because again, English speaker can go to America, do the strong shows. Let's go, give it to Mina.
yeah, and you know what? I think that someone like Mina would have a tremendous match against someone like Stephanie Valquier, maybe Luvia. Yeah, Queen Amidala. Is that how you say her name? Amidala? I mean,
I don't
Ab-
remember
Abba.
Trisha, Dora, and just so many
Oh,
other people they could bring in to work. Maybe her versus
Chris
May.
Statlander.
Her versus May. Maybe you never know. It could be
Right.
interesting.
Hey, yeah. Or create that controversy, my friend. Put Mina against Tony Storm.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, Forbidden Door. She has strong title. Mina versus Tony. I'd be into that.
Champion versus champion. I love those kinds of matches. Love that bragging rights for superiority.
Hmm. Let's go. Mina
Mhm.
for strong champion. Let's go.
Make it happen, Okada.
Mm. Well, I guess that title would more be Gato and Gato's under Gato's.
Whoever it is, make it happen.
Yeah. But let's go. Let's go.
Let,
Give it to
let's
Mina.
go.
Give it to Mina.
Yes. Speaking of let's go, let's take it into the main,
Event.
yeah, of the evening.
One fall.
All the falls.
We get to the main event. It's for the New Japan. The title we just saw, the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, and it is a no disqualification match. Giulia, champion, coming in defending against Natsuko Tora. When this match was announced, I was honestly expecting Natsuko Tora to win this match. I really was. Just with Julia's contracts up. So I was going into this match going, Tora's winning this. She's going to be the representative going to these New Japan shows. I'd be down. Again, I'm down with Tora coming over to the States to do shows over here.
Hell yeah.
Imagine Tora going to Windy City Riot and facing against a Stephanie Vectora or somebody or one of the ladies from AEW or Impact on that show.
Mm.
That'd be
You
awesome.
know who I would love to see with Tora, actually? MLW champion, women's champion, Janai Kai.
Is it Janai Kai?
Yeah. Isn't she the women's champion over there? I swear I saw her win that title.
What was
No,
Delmi
she beat
X, though?
Delmi. I'm fairly certain she beat Delmi.
Yeah, Janai Kai. Oh, yeah, because I think she was the one that she beat. Yeah, she beat Delmi for it.
I watched that one with Bobby Money Munson.
In October there. Yeah, at Slaughterhouse. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but again, yeah, that would be amazing. Or even Delmi X, though, would be great, too. Again,
Yeah.
let's go. So, yeah, I'm going to get into this. Tora brings a chair to the ring. Giulia brings a table. Both would come into play in this match. They trade stakes immediately, but Tora grabs that chair and hits her in the face. Like, just smashes her with it.
Yep.
They go
She
to the
smashed the butt out of it, actually. The butt of the seat went flying.
Yeah, very similar to the last
Gave Kid Hidari.
yeah, or just a couple. No, last show there was one of those two that happened. On the last show we talked about with Sonata, where somebody swung a chair into another chair and it just busted everything apart. We just talked about it, didn't we?
Wasn't it Gabe Kidd and Hanari in the cage match?
No, there was one, but I thought we just did talk another one. I can't remember. My brain's all mushy lately. They go to the floor. Tora slams her into the metal barricade. They go up the stairs. Tora uses Momo's bat and then runs her in, smashes her with the bat, and then runs her into a wall. Tora hits Giulia with the bat again, and she goes tumbling down the Korakuen Hall stairs. And we've all seen the wars from New Japan of those guys. It's the same venue. What if you watch? I think it was Shota Umino powerbomb Ren Narita through a table, and he fell down some stairs. It's that same venue.
Same stairs.
Well, no, he fell down the stairs going out of the building. Giulia went down the stairs.
Oh, right in.
Side.
Yeah.
Just so many people falling downstairs. Tora wraps her arm in chain when they're back in the ring, attacks Giulia with it. She chokes her with the chain, tosses her around while the chain's around her neck. Tora gets she gets out the scissors and cuts off the braids of Giulia. Not just one or two braids. She cuts them all off.
Yeah, and Giulia actually had her hair kind of like in a half ponytail kind of thing. Like she had the braids, obviously, but she had the braids in a half ponytail. And Tora just pretty much took the whole ponytail and cut the ponytail off.
Yeah,
And
there's
because
a
she
couple.
cut it above the hair elastic, she ended up having this like weird, crazy looking pineapple thing.
Dude, she could have teamed up with
Then
Yuna.
had those long ones that you were about to mention, those long bits that were still there. It looked really silly.
It did, and then she gets a 2 count with the she's chewing. She has the braid. Like Tora has the braids in her mouth as she gets the 2 count. It was just like ew. Like I believe that Giulia keeps it clean, but like still ew.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Don't
those
pretend you know.
gotta be a lot of work. Like just yeah.
Braids, yes.
Yeah.
Having the braids, getting the braids, maintaining the braids, yes. All of the above.
Yeah. So on the floor, Giulia reverses the whip and sends Tora into the chairs, starts whipping chairs at her. She smashes Tora's face repeatedly into the wall. She whips her into more chairs. She sets the table up, but she gets up on the table, but Tora backdrops her off the table. Tora puts Giulia on the table, goes up to the top rope, but Giulia ends up throwing a chair up at her from the floor. And Giulia comes and Tora falls off into the ring. Giulia gets the top rope drop kick. Tora stops Giulia when she goes up again and gets that cradle shock off the top for 2. Giulia gets an octopus lock into the roll through, but Tora comes back with a lariat and the cannonball on the bottom rope. Death Valley Driver by Tora for 2. Giulia gets the hard strike to Tora and she's up top. Goes up, super butterfly suplex off the top, and Tora rolls out to the floor. Giulia gets Tora. She pulls her onto the table. Giulia hits a pile driver through the table. Giulia then gets a backdrop driver and the knee to the face in the ring for 2. Northern Lights bomb is hit, but Tora kicks out at 2.9. You're like, oh, what the hell?
So close.
It's usually a kill shot. Giulia then goes to lock in Bianca, but Tora gets the mist, hits the Death Valley driver in the Swanton, but Giulia kicks out at 2.9. I thought it was over there. I really did. I thought that was it. And then Tora, just to be a biatch, picks up Giulia, sets her up hammerlock style, gets her on her shoulder, hits her with a Giulia's glorious driver. Giulia pulls the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay from last year, kicks out at 1 after getting hit with her own finisher. Tora misses with the table piece as she's swinging it at Giulia. It's like a piece at the top, like a broken top.
Yeah, the table, yeah.
And Giulia hits a German. She then grabs the table, crushes it over Tora. Then she goes to pull it off, but it's like stuck on Tora's head.
Yeah, it was starting to cut her in the chin and stuff there. So they had to kind of
Yeah,
like the ref had to actually physically pull her out of the table.
Like the ref backed Giulia up, and the ref broke the table and got her out of it. So Giulia then grabs her, knee to the face for 2, then picks her up one more time. Northern Lights bomb onto that same piece of table, and Giulia retains the strong women's championship. Holy shit!
What?
That was good.
Yeah. Like, what a freaking battle. There was also one point where Tora tossed Giulia into the wall, and like Giulia did not try to stop herself. I think she ran faster. She just boom.
That thud when she hit the wall.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the thud was because it's a hollow wall or something, and not because of how hard Giulia hit it. But I'm hoping
Hollow wall.
Well, some the inside. There's some they're like hollow on the inside.
Say no. They're in a place where earthquakes happen a lot. They want their infrastructure not falling apart. But I don't know.
Hope.
I'm not an architect.
I said I hope.
I digress. This was an incredible freaking match. Yeah, the hair cutting was crazy. The chain was actually very interesting for me because, like, anybody else, I think I would have been concerned about, like, legitimately concerned about Giulia's safety. If it was anybody else, because it's Tora. Tora is just so freaking good. But despite being a heel, she's very, very safe. She comes off to me as one of the safest wrestlers you could happen to be in the ring with. And I appreciate that about her work. Yeah, the table spot was pretty crazy. You saw Giulia's back got pretty marked up from that. Looked like she was struggling a little bit after it, a little tense, a little buggy out. Makes sense. You just put yourself through a table. Yeah, the spot with the table on Tora's head, though, gosh dang. I got a little scared when I saw them starting to yank it off and it was just not going. I was like, "Ee, that's essentially like a spike collar being put around your neck." Happy to see the ref kind of pull it out. I didn't recognize this ref. Did you recognize this ref? I didn't recognize this ref.
I didn't, but in Stardom, I don't pay attention to the refs that much. I'll admit. Maybe it was a New Japan ref, being that it's a New Japan Strong title. It might have been but it might have been one of the.
Didn't recognize.
Because I know they've got a couple. I think they have a new ref in New Japan now.
Yeah, the crazy-eyed one that we love, that short one who's on the Strong brand, he's been over in NJPW right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, didn't recognize the ref. We usually have the guy with the silver boots, the older guy. Anyway,
Silver
um,
shoes.
silver shoes, yeah. Take us into the promo at the end here.
Yeah, sorry, I was adding this match into my best women's matches of the year, but yeah, we'll get into.
Ah,
Sorry. So Giulia gets the mic, says, Korakuen Hall, how you doing? How you doing? The road to this strong title match has been tough. How did Natsuko Tora and I do in this title match? Giulia and Natsuko Tora, we had a real one-on-one fight today. I thought your teammates would interfere, but you got a real backbone, Tora. You may be annoying, but I like you the way you are. Again, this is very, Care Bear feel here. Um,
mhm,
Tora gets a mic. She says, Can I say something, Giulia? I wanted to say something, win or lose. I was going to tell you whether I won or lost. Giulia, thank you for coming to Stardom. Again, she's been here for a few years. She got in here, I think it was like 2019. Um,
mhm.
I'm not done. Because Giulia was supposed to say something, and she goes, I'm not done. I couldn't have a match like this with anyone else. Who would do it? Suzuki. That's my hand.
Utami Hayashishita.
Yep. Too. And she goes, You son of a bitch. Don't be a fool. Live to fight another day. But after fighting you today, I understand. I realize why you're so strong. I understood from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Giulia. And Tora bows to Giulia. So Giulia
Mhm,
gets down, bows back, and Tora gets her mic again and goes, "Bow deeper than that," just to be a shit. Tora
mhm,
leaves with her crew. Giulia says, "I realize why you are so strong. I understood from the bottom of my heart." Oh, sorry, that's the same. Sorry, that's the same line from Tora. I apologize. Giulia says, "I don't know or no, she says that to Ruaka. Sorry, it says Ruaka or not Ruaka, Tora there. I don't know who will have this belt. It says don't, but the wording on don't says DON7T. I don't know why. Just mistake in the writing. Don't know who had this belt, but we'll do it. Remember that. Thank you all for coming to Corrigan Hall today. I wonder if the next defense will be in Japan, the US, or Europe. Anywhere is fine. Anywhere, anytime, anyone. I'll be waiting for you. This is where I expected a video to play, but it didn't.
mhm,
You guys keep watching and don't take your eyes off Giulia. Arrivederci. See you. Again, it just beautiful, heartfelt moment between these two who have been fighting
mhm,
for a while, and just giving Giulia this moment with Tora, just like as like a
mhm,
like, thanks for fighting me.
mhm. It felt pretty finite, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Felt almost like a goodbye out of Tora. Um, because this will probably be the last time they'll face each other one on one before Julia leaves.
Yeah,
So
probably.
I yeah, I like that it was that they were given the opportunity to do that. And I like that it was an opportunity to see a different side of Tora.
Mhm.
Because usually she's pretty hard ass. She's a tough little nugget there. But then we've also seen Tora ham it up a little bit, be a little goofy, have a little fun. Remember Oedo Tai Family, where everyone was dressed up like the Oedo Tai members. So yeah, it was nice to see another layer, if you will, from Tora, getting in on that Shrek reference of the onion, getting another layer of Natsuko Tora, or maybe cake. Depends.
Cake.
Um, but
I
this was
like
a really, really great main event. And yes, I like cake as well.
cake, 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 cake.
I think
Yeah.
it's our good friend Deb's birthday almost soon. Maybe we should get cake.
Cake.
Now I'm hungry. It's 9:30. Where am I gonna find cake at this time?
Save on food, Sobeys. You can always rush over there where they close at 10.
Oh. See, the thing about rushing, it's a
Plus
lot
all
more
the
energy
snow
than a
tomorrow.
mobile is willing to do right now.
Just go on Skip the Dishes, find a place that has cake and order some and have them bring it to you.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
There's going to be extra charges for the roads and the weather right now. There will be extra charges, but it's cake.
No, spank you.
Spank you, eh? Maybe I'll
Let's
bring
get
cake
into
on.
the outro, sir.
Maybe I'll bring cake on Sunday. You never know.
Hey, Swerve and cake. Oh my God, that would be the best day ever.
You can find me on the X Mastodon on Blue Sky and Hive at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melba Wrestling Talk, or right here, if you're not watching us right here, youtube.com/ at Andre Melba Wrestling Talk. You can you can also check us out in audio form over at Sunday Night's Main Event.com or on patreon.com/SNME Radio. Go over there, check it out. If you go check out the main show from their main Sunday show, it was myself. I was there talking with Boris and Dak Xavier Josiah, talking all about the goings on in professional wrestling right now, previewing AEW Revolution, talking Elimination Chamber. We did the rest. We talked about the Wrestling Observer Awards and everything. Again, if you listen on the Patreon feed, you get our Wrestling Observer Awards talk as a bonus cast on the end of the main show. So check that out at patreon.com/SNME Radio. And if you want the free show, Sunday's Main Event.com. Check them out. Lots of great shows over there. And if you're listening to us there, we really do appreciate you. You can also find me and sometimes Melball too over at twitch.tv/our local establishment. You can find me there. So this week I have Wednesday. I will be doing Marvel Talks MC Rebound with Ed covering Thor. On Thursday, I am doing the watch along for the MLW Intimidation Game show with Bobby Munson and Papa Smokes. And then on Friday, I'm hooking back up with this girl. We're going to do the Japanese wrestling update. We're going to get to all the biggest news in Japanese professional wrestling that we can find here in Canada.
You're going to be on screen a lot, my friend.
Yeah, and also don't forget to go over and check out our boy Mike the Ref over at youtube.com/@backbreaker video, where he simulcasts all of our stuff. If you're watching us there, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. You can also find Mike's stuff on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday and Saturday, he does his AEW watch along with some of the pay-per-views. He does those too. And then on the rest of the days of the week, he does gaming stuff there. If you want replays of his gaming stuff, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming, where you can find stuff from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and the freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Love Kayla J. Where's the darkness? I'm so pale. My gosh. There we go.
Melba,
dear.
where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melba, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melba. You can find her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melba Collins. You can also find me, as Andre mentioned, on our local establishment programming Japanese wrestling update on Friday. We've got some topics we need to talk about that just happened with NJPW in particular. So stay tuned to the socials to hear when that is coming out. You can also find me on Astro Bizarre's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. I don't know if we're going to be getting a show this week because Astrid is on vacation. She's enjoying her thing, enjoying the studios, seeing a lot of cool stuff. She went to Disney today. Lucky lady. She's having a blasty blast out there. But when she comes back, you can bet that Ladies Wrestling Showcase will be back up and going. If you're wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is stardom-world.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears, but it's more like do it, 750, according to this girl right here, because I checked my bank account. But it's still a great price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. You can see all the stuff that we talked about today. You can see some of the shows that we haven't done shows on quite yet. You can see some of the familiar faces from WWE, from AEW. So come on down and check out that. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, Do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
No, I just want to say thank you all so very much for all the great support you've given us here at Andre and Mobile Wrestling Talk and on SNME Radio. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Please, if you're watching us on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please comment down below. We love hearing from you guys. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
No.
Yeah, it's pushing it. It's a little late.
Go away. Go away.
Think of the
Stop
children.
banging on my door. Go away. Stop banging on my door. No, they're coming in to get me.
Think of the children, Andre. Think of the children. That being said, I am your mother. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.